The word rape, by definition, means a type of sexual assault, usually involving sexual intercourse or different types of sexual penetration, usually carried out against somebody without that person's consent. The key word right here is consent. Now, do you know what that is? Consent is when someone gives you an affirmative response towards your request or proposal. Imagine that you're attracted to a girl, whoever she is, and you want to date her, marry her, or have sex with her, depending on your feelings. So the first thing that you do is you go up to her and you tell her that you want to be involved with her. And if she gives you her consent by saying yes, is only when you have the right to proceed. But even when you do so, you can only proceed to the extent that she allows you to. Your consent is purely your prerogative and not anyone else's, just as her consent is hers. We live in a society where we completely ignore the fact that even men get raped only because it is not as common as women getting raped every day. But even when men get raped, how often do they make it to the headlines? A few days ago, a guy was raped by 3 different women. Most people laughed it off at the news and said that the guy was probably enjoying himself at the scene, and oh my god, the guy was so lucky to be able to enjoy sexual intercourse with 3 different women in the same night. This sort of mentality is sickening and makes my body shudder to even imagine that I've lived and grown up in the same society as these people. Consent is for both genders. There's no rule book in the world which tells us that your consent is given more importance based on your gender. The fact that the guy was raped, meaning he was forced into having sexual intercourse with those 3 different women even when he did not have the will to do so. And that situation is equally terrible as a woman getting raped by 3 different men. But what exactly do we do here as a society? We react to it on Facebook or give a few thumbs up. Hundreds of boys get physically abused, molested, and sexually assaulted, yet none of them are ever encouraged to stand up and share their experiences because a certain stigma still exists in our society. When a man gets raped, we automatically and immediately start questioning his masculinity. What sort of a man are you who got raped by a woman? What sort of a man are you who couldn't fight others? The problem exists in the very core of our society that teaches us and allows us to blame the victims. Rape is perhaps the only crime where the victims are targeted and the criminals get to walk around proudly and freely. Tell me this, when someone gets mugged in the streets, do you ever blame the victim or do you blame the muggers? If someone gets kidnapped, do you blame the person gone missing or do you blame the kidnappers? Then why is it that a crime as horrendous and traumatizing as rape gets away by blaming the victims? Then comes my most favorite dialogue in the world, you can't clap with one hand, or most commonly known in Bangla as ek hate tali bajana. Obviously, the girl wasn't wearing something appropriate. Obviously, the girl wasn't carrying her dupatta. Obviously, the girl was outside till late night and she was there at the wrong time in the wrong place. By making such statements, you are actually justifying rape. How do you expect a girl to cover herself so that you can control your own hormones? Maybe, let me give you a little life tip here. Maybe just try to lower your own goddamn gaze so that you do not feel the urge to force yourself onto someone else. When people use clothing as an excuse to blame victims for getting raped, it makes no sense whatsoever because girls who wear burqa get raped as well. Women who cover themselves from top to bottom, including their hands, face and feet, get raped as well. Tell me how that 2-year-old girl was dressed inappropriately that caused her uncle into raping her, causing her immediate death due to excessive bleeding. Tell me how the 3-year-old girl in Ghazipur, whose genitals were cut open by her dad's friend, was there at the wrong time and wrong place that caused her uncle to have the urge to get inside her. When a woman is raped, she is considered impure by the society. Her family members die out of embarrassment, and in most cases, she is married off to a rapist to save her family's honor. But understand this. When a woman is raped, she herself is violated against her wish and basic rights. And in that traumatizing situation, what exactly do we do as a nation and society? We keep asking her questions as to why she went outside without any boy's protection or why she wasn't dressed properly. Even when she decides to go to the police station to file a complaint, the police officers mock at her or ask her rather awkward personal questions that she would rather decide to stay back home or hang herself instead of going to the police station. Makes me really wonder if we are any better than animals as species. Every time at a hangout I tried to bring up rape, I was immediately shut off because that topic is apparently disgusting. I mean, we would rather talk about that new video uploaded on Pornhub instead of talking about something as serious as rape. A rape victim has nothing, absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. If someone needs to be looked down upon, it is that rapist who's probably roaming around in our society freely as we speak. The rape victim has not lost her self-respect and honor because her self-respect and honor is not placed in her vaginas.